Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. We are again in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions, they start waking up, they start taking their positions, either long or short, buying or selling. And I consider what the large financial institutions do at the end of the day an edge in your long-term trading, because they're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people. They have the best technology, best information, and they're dealing with a lot of money, like I said. So I believe the closing prices of the day are the most valid prices of the day, and therefore those are the prices that I use to make my buying and selling decisions. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I appreciate you spending your time here. I'm very appreciative of this group and so many great contributors. And so thank you for coming. And I hope that you are all having a good day. So currently the Dow is down 32 points, was down much greater earlier. The Nasdaq's having a huge day, up 140 points, up just over 1%. The S&P is up 17.53, up 0.43%. So it looks like everybody's having a good day, which is great. And so here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. No day trades for me today. I had an appointment earlier, so I just kind of stepped away from it. After that, we are going to go over to the board, and the board consists of positions that my current or past students currently have positions in, and we're going to go over there. We're going to take a look at those. Those all look like they're doing well, so that will be fun to go through. After that, we're going to switch gears for a minute. We're going to talk about trader psychology. As you know, very important to me. Most important skill that you can learn in trading investing is the psychology, what's going on between your ears. And in trading, you do have to create a good trading plan based upon good trading principles: letting your winners run, cutting your losses quickly, being patient, waiting for setups, knowing where to exit. But you can have this great plan, but if you do not follow the plan, then what good is it? And, when you start having large losses or you start having large wins, your emotions get amplified and it starts to take you out of the game. So the key is to position size correctly where it's meaningful, but if you have a loss or a gain, it's not going to destabilize you emotionally. So it's all about sticking with your plan, like many things in life. So we're going to touch base, talk a little bit about trader psychology. After that, I did go down through my watch list. I went down through Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements before I look to enter any new trade. First requirement, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. It's very important. Secondly, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio. This is something overlooked, I think, by a lot of traders. You have to have a good risk to reward ratio. 2 to 1 is the minimum. If I'm willing to risk $100, I need to be able to make $200, $300, $400 to the upside. You need asymmetrical risk to be a long-term profitable trader. So, and then number 3, kind of general, but just please make sure you have a good, clean setup. You are position sizing for volatility. You have an emergency stop. You have an end of day stop. You have profit targets. You have overhead resistance levels. You have a trailing stop plan so that you don't give back all of the profits. Also, correlation is very important. Please, take a look at how many positions you have, what industries they're in, and ask yourself, do I really need that new position that I'm already highly correlated in? So these are all the things that we have to consider in trading. It's not easy. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. But we need a plan, and that's what I'm here hopefully trying to teach you and help you with. So I do have some end of day candidates. I will go through those. As we get closer to the close of the market, if I find something that meets all my requirements, I will purchase it before the close of the day. Then after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. That's why I am here. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at, I'm very, very happy to do that as well. Just type them in the chat, maybe put a little emoji by it or something so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my best to get to it before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students that have positions up on the board, if you'd like me to update those with any additions or subtractions, if you could please wait till the end of the day so that the market's closed, I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and the pressure is off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get those all taken care of. Okay, so that's the plan for today, everybody. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. First on board is Lava 74. Good to see you, Lava. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Thank you for coming as always. Dan, good to see you, Dan. Dan has a peace sign for us. Peace sign right back at you, my friend. Steve Burns, thank you, Steve, for coming today. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here. I know that, I mean that, and I'm sure everyone else in the group does as well. So I hope you're having a good day. Steve says, thanks, Lava, for pointing out Angie's signal. That would have worked well. That was a monster. I think Frank took that. I was looking at those earlier, but yes, very good analysis there, Lava. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Hello, Gary. Good to see you. David is here. Hello, David. Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well and your family. Gary says, nice trade, Lava, with Angie. You too, at New Trader U, which is Steve. Lava, did you take Angie? I hope you reply yes. Miko is here. Good to see you, Miko. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Hello, Miko. Hope you're doing well, and the family also. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this podcast, all your contributions, your scanner, all your insight, and your friendship too. Thank you, Kamal. Kamal says, Lava, enjoying Angie and team. You're gonna have to remind me, Kamal. Did you take Angie? I'm not sure. Just want to make sure they're up there correctly. Tracy Peterson is here. Hello, Tracy. Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well. Looking forward to our lesson tomorrow night. And if Paxton's with you, please give him my best. Frank is here. Hi, Frank. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel as well. Kamal says that BA has a V1 again. Yes, it does. It's on my radar. It's hard to take a trade when you've had one and you lost and you get another one, but that is the correct thing to do. So we'll be looking at that. Lilia is here. Hello, Lilia. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Congratulations on your good trading. Nigma says hello. Good to see you, Nigma. Gary says, Merck with the 520. Does that back test well? I don't think so. Let me see. I have it up here real quick, so let me see if it does. No, it backtests negatively, 6.5%. Yeah. Steve says, Apple, back to the 200-day SM. Apple? Oh, APPH, sorry. It's like, I swear, it's way above there. Apple Harvest. Yes, and a double bottom with the bullish divergence as well on the MACD. Here's the MACD. These red bars are the momentum reading to the downside. We came to the downside, we rallied, we got some green, we came back. We are testing that previous low and the 200-day moving average along with the double bottom bullish divergence. That is definitely something to look at, Steve. Thank you for pointing that out. Let me do a little bit of quick math on here. What I'm doing is finding out how many shares I need to buy based upon my maximum allowed loss and based upon the current market volatility. So let's see, that's APPH. Let me put that down in the list. All right. Good and good. Lova says JetBlue, return to value, high or low, V1. Let's take a look. It's okay. It's a return to value. It's a false breakout to the downside. It's a V1. We went under 50, over 50. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty good on JetBlue. On the weekly, we're a little high, but we did reject the 5 EMA to the downside, which is good. Yes, very good analysis, Leva. AI V2. Okay. AI. Yeah, that one's okay. I like JetBlue a lot better. We have that -1 ATR channel right above us as potential resistance. I definitely like your JetBlue better. Oh, Steve, you bought Angie? I didn't know that. Or did I? Or maybe I didn't see it in the... I have Frank. Oh, very good, Steve. Sorry, I must have not have seen that. Wow, what a move for you and Frank. Congratulations. So let's put Steve in there real quick. Beautiful. And Lova, way to go. Way to go for pointing that out. What a trade. Lova says, thank you, everybody. And yes, I took a full position. Oh, perfect. Kamal says, I did not take Angie. I'm living vicariously through Steve and Lova. There you go. David says VIAC, depth buying opportunity. Oh, I've never heard it put that way. Yep. It's under 30 RSI. Up today, but definitely building a range here, holding the range with the 200 as support. Frank has a poem for us. All right, let's do the poem. Let me paste this in here. All right, let's see what Frank has for us today. You know it's going to be good. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Markets can change as quick as a flash, while stocks follow suit in a rush and a dash. So line that nest with the stash of some cash. That's really good. Let me see. I feel like I didn't read it very well. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Markets can change as quick as a flash, while stocks follow suit in a rush and a dash. So line that nest with the stash of some cash. Good advice. Always good to have some cash, Frank. You know, always good to have some cash. That's why I always talk about account heat. What's our maximum? How much of our capital do we have at risk? I would feel very, very uncomfortable having 100% at risk. 60% is about my maximum. That's just a personal preference, but spot on poem, Frank. Thank you, sir. That's such a gift. Ava. Hello, Ava. Good to see you. Hello, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you are having a nice day. David said, sorry, I meant deep. I kind of liked it the other way. A depth. It sounded more intriguing. Ava says PLTR has a 520 crossover. Yes, it does. Let me back test that. PLTR. Oh, this is one I can't backtest, unfortunately, so I don't know how that backtests. Darn it, sorry. Frank says, awesome sauce. I agree. All right, let's get to through current position. So I did buy silver couple days ago. Well, I bought it here at 43.96. It's 44.33. It is up 4.65%, so it's up nicely. I did buy this on the weekly along with Gary. The formation was a false breakout to the downside and a V2, rejection of the -1 ATR channel, and a close above the 50-day moving average. This is a weekly trade, so I make my decisions based on the Friday bar, but it was down big yesterday, but glad that it's up. It is up 0.84% on the week so far. Berkshire Hathaway. All right, Berkshire Hathaway was a nice trade that I took here. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2. I bought it at 250.86. It moved up strongly. It got to my trailing stop level. When I had a close below the previous day's low, I sold half. Luckily, I only sold half because it has had another full leg up. It has done very, very well. And currently this trade is up from entry to current price 6.16%. It is a 69.01 RSI. Therefore, it has rejected the 70 today. If it does reject the 70, if it closes above, I will keep it. If not, I will sell another half, lock in profits up at this confluence of the third ATR channel and the 70 RSI. So I'm going to have to watch this one at the end of the day. Budweiser. I did buy Budweiser with a higher low V2 on the monthly bar. I like to use different time frames, weekly, daily, monthly. I bought this when we rallied back into the value zone. We had a pullback. We triggered a V2 at 62.91. At 64.37. It is up 2.43% on the trade. Gold. Am I the only one in gold? Yeah. I did buy gold at 162.75 with the 520 crossover. Next day, rocketed up, took some profit targets. Down, had to sell half yesterday because it closed below both the 5 and the 20, but I kept the other half, luckily, and we had a nice bounce back right up today. It is up 0.37% today, and it is up on the trade as I bought it at 162.75. GPN. All right, so Lilia and I did buy GPN with this confluence of signals. We had a false breakout to the downside. We had a V2. We had a 520 crossover. We bought at 207.72. It is up to my trailing stop level, so I go into trailing stop mode at this point. I'm looking for a close below the previous day's low. Still has not happened yet. This is up 2.92%. Hasbro, Lilia, Quad, and I bought Hasbro yesterday. Similar formation, false breakout to the downside, bullish engulfing bar, 520 crossover, bought at 97.09. Went rocketing up today, did hit 3 profit targets at 98.15, 99, 19, and $100.23. It is up 1.53% today, but this is a good example of taking profit targets at higher levels than the price is now. So this is working out well. I will definitely be keeping that. Light is another weekly trade that Lilia and I took on the weekly bars, return to value, false breakout to the downside. V1 bought at 91.74. It's currently 92.65. Up on the trade, up on the day. No, excuse me. Yeah, okay, it is up on the day. So up on the day, up on the trade, no profit targets yet, but profitable, so that's good. MasterCard, I did buy MasterCard along with Tracy, Gary, David, Jonathan, Miko with the 520 crossover and the trigger of the fractal. Bought it here at 368.54. It has moved up nicely. It is up to my trailing stop level. At this point, I'm just looking for a close below the previous day's low to lock in half of the profit. So this is up nicely as well. Netflix, Tracy, Jonathan, and I did buy Netflix with this higher low bounce. Intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average at 511.81. This has been a huge trade. It's been really, really good. It is starting to move sideways here. I'm well above my trailing stop level. At this point, I'm just looking, again, like a lot of the other trades, for a close below the previous day's low for me to lock in half of the profits. Qs. Okay, Frank, Steve, David, and I did buy Qs. I bought here at 313.82. False breakout to the downside and a V2. Bought at 313.82. This has been a monster trade just from that, good risk to reward ratio here, but a nice, big, strong move up. Steve also bought this, but he bought it at 318.92 with the 520 crossover. So a little different entry, signal, but it's worked out for both of us. It is a 69.05 RSI. Remember, about 92% of prices fail at the 70 RSI. Did hit one profit target today at 339.14 and closing on in the second profit target. Here, this trade is up 7.96%. SPY, all right. Boy, with all this volatility, the SPY trade has not been big winners or losers, but I did buy, no, I can't remember. I have the two lines here, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was a slight loss. I think I got these two mixed up. I bought it 411.57 and sold it 411.47. So 10 cents on that. I will be buying this again today, of course, at the close, holding it overnight, taking the overnight risk and selling it first thing tomorrow morning. So that's it. All right, let's go to your trades. Johan did buy Teladoc with false breakout to the downside. V1, he bought it 182 even yesterday. It's 188.65. It's up 3.76%. Congratulations, Johan. You, David, Johan, Kamal, and Gary did buy you yesterday with false breakout to the downside, rejection of the -1 ATR channel, higher low V1, bought it at 97.90. It's currently 101.08. It's up 3.14%. So congratulations there. TQQQ, Steve has had a monster trade on TQQQ at 95.45 with the 520 crossover. It's currently 110.84. It's up 3.74% just today and up 13.88% on the trade. So congratulations, Steve. Goldman Sachs, Lilia bought Goldman Sachs back on the 8th with a 331.40. It's 329.09. It is down a little on the day today and down a little on the trade. Dash, Steve bought DoorDash yesterday at 147.09. It's currently 158.52, up a little bit, up 0.47% on the day, and looks like about up 0.47% on the trade as well. Clove. All right, Kamal did buy Clove back here at 757. False breakout to the downside, V2, sideways motion, had a huge big up bar there, but did pull back, had a little back feeling. Kamal is still up on the trade, and it is now up on the day. PKI. Jonathan had a nice trade with the 520 crossover at 127.90. He sold half. Ooh, I forgot now. Oh no, he kept it. No, he sold half at a profit level, but I know he has half left, and this has moved up nicely, up 2% today on the trade, and he bought at 129. It's 135, so very, very good. SCCO, Tracy bought the 520 crossover on SCCO at 72.38. It's currently 71.15. It is down on the trade, but it is up on the day. It looks like we might get another 520 crossover happening soon. Team Kamal, beautiful higher low V2 at 224.20. It's 240.230. It's up 5.05% just today, everybody, and this trade is up 7.52%. Excellent, Kamal. Proud of you, my friend. DocuSign. All right. Johan and Kamal and David and Bruce bought DocuSign deep dip buy with a close under 250, over 250, bought it at 202.40. This has been a monster trade, big expansion bar today. This trade is currently up 10.04%. Way to go. AYX, Kamal also bought AYX, false breakout to the downside, V1 85.40, it's 87.83, up 2.23% today, so congratulations, Kamal. KMX, Steve and Lilia bought KMX with the yesterday with the 520 crossover. This one is down a little bit today, it's down 1.48%, so a little down on the day and also a little down on the trade. Angie, this is the one that Frank and Steve took, and thanks to Lova for pointing that out. V1 520 crossover, bought at 15.19. It's 17.48, up 15.08% in just one day. Wow. How about that? Congratulations. What a great trade. And thank you, Leva, for pointing that out. BYD, Boyd Gaming. This is Tracy. This is Paxton. They bought all the way back down here at 47.80. They sold some here around 58.60. It is 63.68, up 0.46% today, and nicely up on the trade. Apple, Steve had a beautiful trade on Apple with the 1030 EMA crossover along with David. Oh no, sorry. David bought here at 127.90. Steve bought here at 130.22. It's up 2.47% just today. And I'll take the average, and up around average about 4% from the trade. So excellent, excellent, guys. Really nice. Callaway Golf. Frank bought at 27.75. It's 27.91. It is down a little bit today, but still nicely up on the trade. NVAX having a big day. This is Frank's big trade that he took here at 135, more than doubled. He sold 90% like a champion. He kept a 10% runner, did move down, but looks like we may have another leg up here today. I don't know, but it is up 10.15% today. That I do know. Square having a huge super day for Jonathan and Gary. They both bought with the 520 crossover. Right here at 236.60, and this has been a one-way train up. Congratulations, guys. This is up 13.98%. And last but not least is Riot. Excuse me. Gary sold credit spreads on Riot. He sold the 45, 42.50s. It's 58.77, expiring at the end of this week. So as long as it stays above $45, Gary will keep all the premium that he wrote for selling those credit spreads. Okay, that was a mouthful, to say the least. All right. Gary says SCCO has a 1050 EMA crossover. Gary says, I just exited my final shares that I didn't sell covered calls on. The rest I will lose this Friday at 2:45, but really good trade. Excellent, excellent, excellent. REGI, renewable energy, yeah, pretty good. False breakout, the downside below 200, and double bottom with positive divergence. Yes, you are 100%. It's a double bottom with a bullish divergence. Nice, thorough rejection of the 200-day moving average. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, Ava, I've got to say. Let's look over on the weekly. We have the support of the 50 underneath it. Great risk to reward ratio. Like it better if it could close into the value zone with the V1, but it is a double bottom with the bullish divergence, intraday rejection of the 200. Steve says, check out what RBLX and Monster did after their 520 crossover. I did not take either due to being loaded up. Wow. Wow. Up 9%. And the micro strategy, yeah, that went up with Bitcoin. 520 yesterday. Oh, Steve. Oh boy. Well, listen, take some comfort in that you took your signal, Steve, right? That's what matters the most. $10.50. So it looks like to me the 1050 is not crossed over yet on this one, although it does, and the 520 is not yet crossed over either. All right. I guess we're right about on schedule. All right, so listen, before we start looking at end of day trades, potential candidates, trying to narrow them down, we'll get to that. But before we do that, I want to touch on trader psychology. We all know how important it is. I have my favorite Facebook, Twitter channels that I like to pull from, channels that post really good information for us. It's free, and it's worth reading, and it's worth internalizing. This is from Money Trade Edge. Better thinking, better trading. I really like this channel. I found this channel, I don't know, maybe 3-4 months ago, but it's a great channel, and he posts really good information, or her, I'm not sure. But let's see what it has to say. Stop trading blindly. Start planning your trades, right? Do you know what it means by trading blindly? You're just out there kind of shooting from the hip. You know, that's why I said earlier, we need to have good, clean trades with a complete package of plans, so that, because you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what the market's going to do, but you have to know exactly what you're going to do, whether it goes down a little, whether it goes down a lot, whether it goes up a little, whether it goes down a little. Just make sure. You'll be amazed how much better your trading becomes if you have an actual plan. So stop trading blindly, start planning your trades. Stop focusing on money, start focusing on risk. I've said it a million times. But it's true, everybody. Our job as traders is to manage risk. It's not to be caught up in the emotion and the whirlwind and FOMO and all this kind of stuff. It is literally to manage risk. Don't call yourself a stock trader. Call yourself a risk manager. And if you focus on the risk, magically the money will come. If you focus on the money, magically the risk will come. It's really true, everybody. And lastly, stop trying to be perfect. Start being consistent. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect in our tradings. We make mistakes. We make bad decisions. It's going to happen. But what we need to start doing is we need to be consistent in our trade plans, following our trade plans, being a little persnickety when it comes to the type of trades that we're going to take. Make sure they have a confluence combination of indicators, make sure they have good risk to reward ratios and all the other stuff I talk about. But you are going to make mistakes. We all do. But let's just strive to be consistent in how we select our trades, and let's be consistent in how we manage our trades. All right. So stop trading blindly. Start planning your trades. Stop focusing on money. Start focusing on risk, and stop trying to be perfect. Start being consistent. So thank you, Money Trade Edge, better thinking, better trading. Go and support his channel or her channel. It's a great channel, and there's some good information. So that was helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for everyone else as well. Gary says, I just sold RBLX today at 81.60 with an entry of 64.50. Congratulations, Gary. Christopher Ohl, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Always nice to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for having me on your podcast last week. Chris says, and he's from 10 Minute Stock Trader over on YouTube. So go over, show him some love, subscribe to his channel. He has some really, really great interviews that he does with all sorts of different type of traders, good information, and he's over at 10 Minute Stock Trader on YouTube. And Chris says, hey, Greg, I finally made it. I'm so glad to hear that. Good to see you, Chris. Appreciate you coming by. Steve says, nice, Dan and Gary. Steve says, you are the man, Gary. Great IPO signal. Gary says, thank you, Steve. I'm learning from the best. Gossett Trading and Mentoring at New Traders and Kamal. Oh, well, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Ava says, CPNG IPO seems to be nearing 520 crossover. Yeah, I don't have enough data on this one, Ava, unfortunately. A lot on these IPOs, I don't have enough. There's not enough data for me to look on my indicators, but thank you for pointing that out. And I don't know if you've back tested that or not. I would suggest making sure there at least is some type of back test on that. Edit. The V1 yesterday, Kamal. Yep, it was a V1 yesterday, closed back above the 200-day moving average. I don't know if that back tests well, but MACD is positive. IBB. Looks a little extended to me. We did bounce off the 200. Steve mentioned that yesterday. Looks like we do have a V2. Looks like we do have a false breakout. MACD looks like it did go positive. It just feels a little. It feels a little extended to me. Although the weekly's not bad, we have a higher low V1 and rejection to the -1 ATR channel as well. So not too bad. I mean, look, it could go ripping up. I don't know, but just my first gut instinct when I looked at it seemed a little chasey. Kamal said, Gary, thanks. I just want to be Greg and Steve when I grow up. I don't know what to say about that, Kamal. You're a freaking awesome trader. You're a freaking awesome trader. All right. Okay, look, before I start looking at new positions, remember it's always important to deal with your current positions first, right? So AGQ having a great day, up 4.27%. Traded this on the weekly. Looks fine. It's positive. Good. Berkshire Hathaway. Looks like it did reject the 70 RSI today. So if this stays under 70 RSI today, I will look at that as a 70 RSI rejection and I will get out of half. Budweiser down today, but up 2.4%. This is a monthly bar, so I do not have to make my decisions until the end of the month, unless it hits my emergency stop. Gold up nicely today, 2 profit targets. Nothing I have to do with gold. Looks great. GPN. I am at trailing stop level, but I need a close below the previous day's close in order for me to do something. Did not reject the 70 RSI level, so I'll just be holding that one. Haas, doing great for Lilia and Quad and I. Is there anyone else in there? Yeah, Lilia and Quad and I up 1.66% today, 3 profit targets. This looks good. Nothing I have to do with this. Light weekly trade, up and up. Nothing I have to do until Friday on this one. MasterCard, great trade on the 520 crossover. Is at my trailing stop level. Just looking for a close below the previous day's low in order to get me out. As it stands right now, I'm just holding. Netflix did turn positive. Way past trailing stop level, just looking for a close below the previous day's low, which we have not got. Qs 68.91. So let's see. We are not at the high. The high was about 69.21. So technically not a rejection of the 70 RSI, so I will be holding it. And I think that's about it. Let me take a look real quick and take care of a little business before we get started here. No, I think we're okay on there. Christopher says, I just went long AEE. Nice little breakout on all the moving averages. Well, let's take a look at a Chris Uhl trade. Well, I hope that one works for you. Hope that one works for you. Did we break out, though? Yeah, we did. All right, good. Broke out over a range. Keep us up to date, Chris. Let us know how that does. I hope that works out nicely for you. Morgs is here. Good to see you, Morgs. Hope you're doing well in South Africa this evening. Morgs says Snow has a 520 crossover. Yes, it does. Does it backtest well, though? Only backtest 8.7%. So not a great backtest there, Morgs, just to let you know. Lift, all right. It's okay. It seems range bound. It is a V1. We're back in the value zone. We're right at the 50 RSI right now. That will be kind of a key level at the end of the day, so we'll have to see how that works out. But this doesn't really jump out at me as it's a V1 on the weekly. It's okay, but I'd like to see it get over those moving averages, and we are, from this high to this low, Kamal, we've rallied 50% back, which is we're right at Fibonacci resistance, pretty close, right? So here's the high, we came down to the low. Look, almost to the penny, within pennies, we got back to that 50% retracement and came back off. So I don't know. That one doesn't stand out to me, but I could be wrong. I often am. Way more times than I'd like to be. All right, just give me a second. Get a little breather. All right, let's take a look and see what we have. What I have on deck here, I have Virgin Galactic, which is SPCE. Did bounce near the 200 yesterday, did bounce off the 200 today. We're at a 35.32 RSI. Looks like we bounced at about a 34, so it has not rejected the 200, or has not rejected the 30 RSI, but it did bounce. MACD is positive, which is interesting. There is a double bottom with the bullish divergence because we have a little red over here. We're lower now and have no red, but there are buyers that came in at the 200-day moving average. So that is definitely a good risk to reward ratio. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly is holding support of the -1 ATR channel. So, that one doesn't look too bad. I don't like that we had the big move down yesterday. We rallied to halfway and failed and came back down. So right here, we have some resistance. Right here, we have some support. But the interesting thing to me, too, is we do have a double bottom and a bullish divergence, and MACD is positive. All right. Boeing. We discussed this earlier, and Boeing has a pretty good setup, I have to say. I took the trade here, got stopped out yesterday, but again, here we go. This is a perfect false breakout to the downside. It is a completely valid V2. It is up on a day when the Dow components are down. We have gone red-green on the bars. We rejected the 50 yesterday, but it's classic. It's a false breakout to the downside and a V2. Pretty good risk to reward ratio. Let's look at the weekly. We could go back up and test up at 280. So, it does kind of make sense to me. VIPS tested this previous low over here, tested the 200-day moving average plus a V1, which is good. It is up 3.48% today, 15.52 million shares traded. On the downside, we did reject the 5 EMA, which I look as a little bit of a red flag. If we look over on the weekly, I'll tell you what, this big down bar that we had here, I'm just going to let this one go and not even be tempted by this one because there was a huge amount of selling. Yeah, we could get a bounce, but I think there's better, to be honest with you. TLT has a 520 crossover. Also broke out of this range. This is good. The higher treasury bonds go, the lower interest rates go. That is good for the general economy. It does have a 520 crossover. Let me check and see how the crossover back tests. I don't usually trade TLT on a crossover, but it back tests positively. Not a lot, 86.46%. I don't think I'm going to take that one. but it is good for the general market anyway if interest rates go down. Match.com has a 520 crossover, I believe, 144.59, 144.41. We took Match.com in a previous trade. As Frank said, it was a bad date. It did not work out well. But again, that doesn't mean that you just can't take the trade again. It does backtest positively. MACD is positive. We went under 50, over 50. Let's look at the weekly. That big down bar. Imagine more people are going to start dating and so forth, but I think I'm going to let that one go. CME, pretty strong. We have a 520 crossover on CME, and we have a nice higher low V1 as well. It is up on the day, and let me back test this and see if that back tests well. It does, 468%. I don't like this big down bar here that we got rejected at today. Halfway of this bar down, we got right there and came down, so I think I'll let that one go. APPH, this one looks fairly good. It's a double bottom bullish divergence. MACD is positive. I don't think we rejected the 30 RSI, but let's take a look and see. No, we didn't quite reject it. I don't know if it's enough for me. I don't know. It is a false breakout to the downside. Didn't quite hit the 200-day. I think I'm just going to let that one go because it did not reject the 200-day technically yet. I think I'm going to take SPCE, and I think I'm going to take Boeing. I think that's what I'm going to do. I like the double bottom bullish divergence. This one did really reject the 200-day moving average. And I like Boeing, so I think I really like that setup on Boeing. Don't know if it's going to work or not. We shall see. But that's what I'm looking at today. So space and Boeing. Okay. Berkshire. I am going to sell half of my Berkshire right now because that clearly looks like it's going to close below the 70 RSI. And give me fewer things to do here in 10 minutes when the market closes. All right, so I sold half of my Berkshire right here with the rejection of the 50. Okay, what's that times 2 or divided by 2? Oh, okay, duh. All right, so I'm locking in half profits on Berkshire with the rejection of the 70 RSI. Excuse me, I think I said the wrong one. So I like Virgin Galactic here, and I like Boeing. So I think I've got everything taken care of as needed. All right, and about 10 minutes to go. AFRM looks okay. I don't have any MACD readings down here though, Kamal. Looks okay though. GILD. Uh, it's okay. I would watch that 50 RSI though to see if it rejects the 50 RSI at the end of the day. All right, so Steve has a bunch of exits. I will get to those after the close. Thank you, Steve. Morg says PLTR. I don't know how that back tests. I don't know how PLTR will. What's the time? Okay, we have time. PLTR. Yeah, that one I do not know. I cannot backtest that one, Morg, so I don't know if that backtests well or not. Steve says the 520 crossover on snow. I think we looked at that one before. And does that backtest well? Only 8.7%. It's only had 2 trades, so I don't know if there's enough data on that one, but looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Has to get over that high there. Okay, so let me take care of this. Get that out of the way. All right. Okay, that's taken care of. So again, I'm looking here at Virgin Galactic with this good risk to reward off of the upward sloping 200-day moving average. And I'm also looking at Boeing here with false breakout to the downside, V2, long as it closes above 252.36. That's the key right there. And I did sell half of my Berkshire. Steve says, I trade the 520 EMA on IPOs even without data. I use the momentum principle. Oh, interesting. What's that, Steve? DOP, hi, how you doing? DOP says, do you consider BA and SPICE correlated? Yeah, it's a good question. You definitely could make a case that they're correlated, but no, I don't think there's a direct correlation because they're kind of in different industries. You know, one's going to be space tourism and the other's aircraft manufacturer. So it's a good point, though. It's a good point, DLP, but I really don't consider it to be correlated, because if they were correlated, really correlated, their charts would look more similar, where this doesn't look anything like this. That's how I view it, but really good question. All right, 5 minutes to go. Okay, all right. Look at VIX, everybody. It got to $10 even at the low, $10 even. Unreal. And worth the -1 ATR channel. I'm looking for a close back over the 30 RSI. All right, so I'm going to get queued up here to buy SPCE. As long as we close above the 200, that is. Oh, and by the way, everybody, I'm buying a half a position of each. I'm not buying a full position. Whenever I buy two, I buy a half position. So I want to mention that. Okay. So I'm buying a half a position of SPY. And we'll just go ahead and buy half position of Boeing as well. All right, I'm done. Done and done. Steve says IPOs tend to trend well with the signal historically, the 520 EMA crossover in the first few years. Oh, interesting. So that's called the momentum principle. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for that. All right, we have about 40 seconds left on my end here. All right, that is it. All right, let's see where I bought all this wonderful stuff. I bought SPY at 412.86. I bought Boeing half position at 253.56, and I bought SPCE at 26.82 half position. So bought my regular position of SPY at 412.86. Still not used to the 4 numbers. Boeing with the false breakout to the downside V2 today. I bought that at half position at 253.56. And then I also bought SPCE at 26.82 with the bounce off the 200, and that is also a half position, 26.82. All right, so that takes care of that half position. And by the way, again, I did sell half of my Berkshire here with the rejection of the 70 RSI. Not a close below the previous day's low, but a rejection excuse me, of the 70 RSI. So if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, please go ahead, put them in now. I'll get to them in just a second. Before I do, just real quick, 3 pieces of business. Number 1, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I'm good at it. I know I teach a really good course. The course is a one-on-one course. 15 hours total, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. That's where you get your 15 hours. And in each session, in each 3-hour session, I will teach you each one of my trading approaches. I'll teach you step by step how to position size, emergency stop, end of day, profit targets, trailing stop protocols, everything that I use to trade. I know if you take the course, you're going to be a better trader. I promise you that. You're going to learn a lot in this course. So if you are interested, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the description of this video. You can also send me a message over on Twitter. I will reply and say, hey, how's it going? Thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is totally free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading challenges, your goals, and then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about any particular questions that you have about the course. And then after that Skype call, you can think about it, and then in the future, if you decide that you want to go ahead and schedule with me, just email me back and we'll get it scheduled and off we will go. And I promise you, you will like the course. Secondly, I do have another option, and if you're not able to do the one-on-one course, I do have a new online course that I have up on udemy.com. It's where I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. It's very affordable. It's only like $12 or $15 on Udemy. And it's a great course. It's 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos total, 15 study guides. And I've gotten so many good reviews from that course and good feedback. And for 12 or 15 bucks, you're really doing yourself a disfavor if you don't take that course for 12 or 15 bucks. But again, the link there is in the description of this video. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel a lot. So if there's anything you learned today or in the past week or ever, all I would ask you to do is be able to hit that thumbs up button before you get on out of here and boogie on with your day, because it really does help the channel and I really do appreciate it. Okay, that's all of the housekeeping stuff. Let's get back up and see who did what. Okay, Steve exited KMX. Where is KMX? Exited KMX for a 1.55% loss. Okay. So we'll take Steve off of there. You exited Angie. Okay. Very nice trade, Steve. Beautiful trade. For a 14.15% gain on the huge one-day move. Different risk-reward ratio way up here. That's true. Exited the Qs. All right. Exited the Qs with the 520 crossover. I think that's an excellent idea, Steve. It reached 69 RSI today. Steve says I exited TQQQs for 110 for a 15.77% gain. That is outstanding. Where are my QQQs or TQs? I know we have them here somewhere. Here we go. Beautiful trade, Steve. Wonderful trade. I mean, we got right up to the 70 RSI. You know, let's not be a pig about it, right? Okay, Steve is long PLTR. $25.46. $25.46 for Steve. All right, good luck with that one, Steve. Also long snow. With a 520 cross, I imagine. Yeah. $238.93. $520 cross. And did I get the right price on that one? 25. Yeah, I did. And then also long spice or space, however we say it. All right, so I'm just going to put Steve there. Frank says, I will kiss Angie farewell and thank Lova for the introduction. Okay. Way to go, Lova. Way to go, Lova. Okay, so great trade. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a great, big, huge trade. I don't see any. Maybe it will keep going up tomorrow. Who knows? But, you know, it could just as well go down or more than likely move sideways and just get on with it and invest that money in a better setup. Kamal is in BA. All right. Okay, there's Kamal. Affirm, huh? Okay. AFRM. All right, Kamal, got you there. And what was the last one? Edit. Yeah, Edit had a big... Oh, no. Okay. All right, Kamal, got you all down, bud. Gary's an SPCE. Okay. And Boeing. And out of Square. Great trade on Square. Where did our square go? All right. So I'll take that off. Looks like we have Johan. Maybe Johan's flying today. I'm not sure. I mean, look at that straight up move. It's just sick. Just straight up. Dan says, smash the like button. Thank you, Dan. Yes, I would appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up button. Kamal says, nice trade, Frank. Frank is in snow. Where did my snow go? Where'd my snow go? Maybe I didn't have it up here yet. Half position for Frank and Snow. Okay, good luck on that. Jonathan is in BA. Okay, sounds good, Jonathan. Let's put you up there. Good luck with that one. Lilia is in SPCE. And out of Goldman Sachs for a small loss. Okay. Good. Keep those losses small. Steve says, smart Lilia. Yep. Steve says, these 520 EMA crossovers have been monsters this month. That's true. David is in Boeing. And VIAC. Oh, okay. The Viacom one, okay. Well, good risk to reward ratio for sure. Okie doke. Lovis says, thank you for everything. Thank you, bud. Mamal says, not for the board, but in BA and IBB. Okay, sounds good, Mamal. Hope you're doing well. Kamal says, there are a ton of positions, but all of them are position size conservatively. Or I have a ton of positions, but all of them are position size conservatively. Well, good. That's what it's about. I have a lot of positions too, but they are position size conservatively also. I have a lot that are just half positions, or they're half positions because I've taken profits, or, you know, that kind of a thing. So all right. So before I let you go, I just want to mention this as I do each day, but look, if we can all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, from Martin Kornfeld. And, you know, is the world in the right direction? I don't know. You could argue it. You could make a case against it as well. But I do know that if we could at least go out there, try to do something nice for our fellow man or fellow woman, or go out there, do something nice for an animal, the human would appreciate it. The animal would appreciate it. It's going to make them feel good. It's going to make you feel good. And the world really would be a better place. And so, you know, I have this little platform here. It's not a huge platform, but, you know, there's other people on the other side of this microphone. And, you know, if we could just try to do one nice thing for a human, try to do one nice thing for an animal each day, it really could just make the world a better place. So why not try, right? Why not do that? Let's just make a goal to do that every day, and let's just go out and do it. It can't hurt, right? All right, so anything happening in after hour land? Boeing's down 7 cents. Silver's up. Dow's up a little bit. Qs are up just a smidge. SPY's up just a smidge. Just a smidge, everybody. VIX is up. Interesting. All right. Well, does anyone else have any other questions that I could help answer? Any clarification on anything? Anything you would like me to look at? I'm happy to do that before I put on my hiking boots and go for a hike. Okay. Well, listen, thank you for coming today, everyone. Nice trading. Glad to see that board full of green. Glad to see people getting out quickly when they have losing trades, but getting out quickly, just small losses. And on the other hand, having that holding power on the upside. That's really what it takes. You need to get rid of those losers quickly, and you also need to have the fortitude in order to hold those winners to the upside as well. All right. Kamal says, I have a question, Greg. Yes, sir. I am ready for said question. What is a good way to trade the blue chart? Oh, the bluebird chart. Well, you know, it's a double bottom with a bullish divergence, or not a bullish divergence, but it's a double bottom and MACD is positive. We did have a V2 today, so it's a false breakout from this low. We have a V2. Would I have bought this here? It's questionable. I mean, I think the best way that I would look at Bluebird here in the future would be for it to rally into the value zone. And you know what I'm going to say, right? Rally into the value zone, pull back, grab a higher low V1 or V2, because the people that bought here, if it keeps moving up, as soon as it gets weak, they will sell. That will cause selling pressure. That will generally cause it to come back down. If it can come back down, hold that -1 ATR channel and have a V1 or a V2, I think, you know, in my opinion, a higher low V1 or V2 here would be the best way to play it. You could have bought it today with a false breakout to the downside in the V2, and you know, who knows, maybe you go up a couple dollars. But if you didn't buy it today and it kept going, I wouldn't chase it. But I would wait for it to come into the value zone. I'd wait for it to pull back, grab that higher low V1, V2, and go from there. That is my best advice. And, you know, a lot of times you look at a chart and there's really nothing there. And so you have to say to yourself, okay, when will I be interested in this? You know, whether or not that formation forms, I don't know. But for me, rally into the value zone, pull back, higher low V1, V2, that would be my best advice. Okay, well, listen, on the way out, if you liked anything today, please hit the thumbs up button. I really would appreciate that. I hope you have a good day. Go out, be a good person, drive safe, be nice, right? Don't litter, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of your day and your evening. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. And I'll see you during the last hour of the market. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day now. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.